Morgan of Sunwest Mortgage is here to change the world of loan originations forever. From sending updates to your clients to allowing you more time, you can do it all in a simple chat. You no longer have to struggle with documents. All you need to do is select the files and upload them, and they're submitted in an instant along with your loan file. With Sunwest, your true home is always within.
Welcome to The Interest. I'm Katie Jensen. As we wrap up the year, many experts are down on 2023, but not everyone shares that gloomy outlook. We continue our series of looking ahead to next year with industry insider David Luna. He tells our own Mike Savino why he has high hopes for next year.
Indicators for the rest of this year, I think, are pretty positive. For next year, I think are very, very positive.
The housing market continues to slow, but we will get through to better times. Experts just can't agree on when. Many say it'll be later this year or even into 2024, but not David Luna, the president of Mortgage Educators and Compliance, does agree we'll get off to a sluggish start in 2023.
I don't necessarily think the first quarter, maybe even through most of the second quarter of 2023 is going to be all that fantastic.
But he thinks we're ripe for a quick turnaround. One reason, rates are already coming back, just as he predicted in August when we talked with him at Originator Connect in Las Vegas.
I'm happy to say that we called that one correctly.
He also sees momentum in the market. Inflation is cooling, and that's bringing mortgage rates down with it. And Luna notes there are plenty of buyers waiting to get back into the market once conditions get better for them.
We still have pent-up demand. We have millions and millions of buyers that have just been sitting on the sidelines waiting to come in. And that's going to be somewhere around 3.2 million for the next few years.
But it won't be easy for everyone in the mortgage industry to get there. The industry has seen plenty of layoffs and closures. Luna thinks that could continue in the short term, and newcomers will need to shift their expectations after a banner 2021.
It was all low-hanging fruit. It's like, hi, what's your rate? And oh my goodness, I can beat that. That's not really this industry.
There are some things originators can do now to find potential buyers. One approach that's worked for Luna, working with people who filed for Chapter 13 bankruptcy. Luna says most originators ignore this crowd, but working with these clients can pay off.
You need to have multiple channels of income coming into you. And that has been one of my lifesavers.
Luna lays out how to work with these buyers on The Principal, the Mortgage News Network's daily podcast, available wherever you get your podcasts. For the Mortgage News Network, I'm Mike Savino.
Thanks, Mike. Unfortunately, not everyone shares David Luna's optimism. High inflation, credit card debt, and mass layoffs leads people to believe we're in the midst of a recession. But should we expect the housing market to crash too? A survey from LendingTree says that 2 in 5 Americans think the housing market will crash in 2023. And more than 70% of those think it'll be as bad or worse than the 2008 recession. Even more interesting, Americans with higher education levels were more likely to predict a housing market crash next year. Then again, it's hard for anyone to predict what the market will do next year. LendingTree advises consumers to worry less about the value of their homes and to focus on making their payments. Coming up, reverse mortgage funding gets the okay to keep paying borrowers as it goes through bankruptcy.
Don't miss the largest regional mortgage show in the nation. The New England Mortgage Expo returns to Mohegan Sun in Connecticut, January 12th and 13th. See us at www.anymortgageexpo.com. Start your year with the best connections in the industry. Dozens of sessions, scores of exhibitors. It's where success is written every hour. www.anymortgageexpo.com.
Welcome back. As reverse mortgage funding makes its way through bankruptcy, borrowers can continue to collect. That's because a Delaware judge approved RMF's request for $13 million in funding so it can continue to make payments to borrowers in the form of reimbursement, refunds, and out-of-pocket expenses. This decision specifically helps borrowers who did not get a balloon payment for the reverse mortgages. The New Jersey-based reverse mortgage lender filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy last week, a move that lets the company continue to operate under a judge's supervision. RMF can continue to honor servicing rights, pay curtailment obligations, and collect and securitize servicing fees thanks to Monday's order. In its bankruptcy filing, RMF says that it has between 1,000 and 5,000 creditors. The company also estimated both assets and liabilities to be between $10 billion and $50 billion. Prior to the filing, RMF laid off 80% of its staff, which is around 400 people. In other news, we're now accepting nominations for the most inspirational women across all levels and sectors of mortgage lending. Honorees will be showcased in the March issue of NMP magazine. If you know any women who advocate to make women's voices in the mortgage industry louder, stronger, and more impactful, please submit your nominations to nmplink.com/women of inspiration. We'll be right back with what else is interesting today. Welcome back. Here's what else is interesting today. With inflation continuing to take a toll on household budgets, many families are facing tough decisions on which bills to pay. According to a recent report from the National Energy Assistance Directors Association, 1 in 6 families is falling behind on utility bills, and those tabs are piling up fast. The average amount owed rose from $629 per household at the end of last year to $788 per household by August. In total, these families owe $16 billion for unpaid utility bills. Catching up will be hard as inflation continues to push up the price for utilities and other household necessities. For more on these and all of today's top stories, go to mortgagenewsnetwork.com.